The just energy transition is described as a balancing act. South Africa, with an abundance of coal deposits, also needs to act responsibly and transition to cleaner energy. A report by the Institute for Energy Economics and Financial Analysis found that over 200 globally significant financial institutions have established coal exclusion policies, with divestment momentum away from coal accelerating in the last 2 years. This despite record profits being enjoyed by coal companies on the back of the energy crisis. The report says all of the top 5 banks of South Africa have established formal coal exit policies. Fund manager Makwema Silela says there is a push for large investments in cleaner energy.
They're putting or pushing their money more into renewable energy. And the truth be told, also with the banks, it's a question of that money doesn't belong to them. It belongs to the depositors. So there's pressure as well. But let's be honest, the good money has already been made when it comes to fossil fuels. As it stands now, if you have to compare that kind of an investment in coal, compare that to a renewable energy, most probably you'll make better returns when it comes to renewable energy. As we all know that all this kind of investments, when they start at an infant stage, then before they can become many of them, then they tend to give you decent good returns going forward. So that as well, helps and motivates that it's easy to say, listen, we are done this side, we're moving this other side. If they made good money out of that other side, by all means, huge profits were made at some point.
ABSA says the just energy transition should take into account people's livelihoods. It says critical elements to be considered during the process are job creation, socio-economic development, and climate action to ensure that people are not left behind. The bank says it has so far extended over 50 billion rand in funding for green energy solutions.
Social considerations become quite critical from a strategic point of view. So for us, I think just energy transition is a combination of 3 factors. So it's financial inclusion, it's diversity and inclusion, and it's also, climate related issues. So when you look at those 3 components from an ABSA perspective, we want to ensure that we support our youth. We want to ensure that we support our women in particular. And it's mostly from a point of view that ABSA is a Pan-African bank, and Africa is endowed, I think, with women as well as youth. So that's how we think about it. We want to ensure that, as we transition, we don't leave, I think, in particular, those 2, significant communities.
COP28 will take place from the 30th of November until the 12th of December, with key themes being technology and innovation, inclusion, frontline communities, and finance. Gloria Sefako, SABC News, Johannesburg.